Sup? It's another Friday. I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but it's a Friday for me, and it's 6:09 p.m. I just got up. Well, I didn't just get out of work. This has been like 3 hours later from work. 3 hours later, I get out of work early. I'm pretty sure that picked up in the microphone, that loud ass car. But I got out of work early at 3 p.m. because I only have 40 hours to work, and I've worked extra hours within the previous weekdays, and I can go home early. But that's besides the point. I'm here to talk about a little bit about food in general, and the possibility of me still worrying if I have T-mal or if I don't have T-mal for the last couple of days, for the last couple of weeks. I've been considering if the stuff I've been eating so far is making me smell bad, because within like the beginning of my like restrictive eating, I didn't try to eat beans or anything that had sulfuric content, like broccoli. But for the last couple of weeks, I've been feeling like the foods I've been eating have been possibly bringing the odor back, but I don't know for a fact. I still feel like, in terms of me smelling bad, let's say 10, you just smell absolutely offensive to the point that people want to get the fuck out the room when you're in the room. And 1 being you don't smell at all. I'd say most of the times I'm like at a 3. And there's just days where I don't even feel like I smell bad at all, and it's just weird. Maybe it is intermittent. Maybe I do have T-mal, but for the last couple of weeks, I've been feeling like, I've been constantly putting stuff into my diet that I never really had in the first couple of months. Like I started eating more fruit, like, bananas, apples, I eat pears. I wanted to always eat cantaloupe. Like, if I had to name like my favorite type of fruit, I would definitely say like the top 3 are like melons in general. It's like cantaloupe, watermelon. Now that I really think about it, I really like watermelon. I think I like cantaloupe. I know I like cantaloupe more than like watermelon. I don't know what it is about watermelon, but it's like after I eat it, I get hungry again. Like an hour later, I get hungry. It's just weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just because watermelon contains so much water and not enough like starches that make you feel that takes a long time for your body to break down. Therefore, you get hungry again. And cantaloupe is the same thing too. Cantaloupe contains a lot of water. And I guess that's another reason why apples always make me hungry. That's why I don't really like apples. Are like the best healthy snack ever. Period. Like it's just the best snack, because it's not like grapes or banana. It's not like grapes where you have to have a bundle of these, and these grapes might fall out your hand or might fall out your container or something like that if you have a bag. It's just this one apple. It's just this one object you can put in the palm of your hand. It's pretty durable compared to grapes. Like, let's say, you got banged up against the wall, or something fell down. Sometimes your grapes get squashed, especially if we're talking about bananas. Like, it has more durability, like an apple and an orange. They both have this protective skin that provides better durability, and it's just like the easiest on to go. Just the easiest fruit that you can bring along with you. I mean, you could say nuts as like probably like a 3rd healthiest. You could probably bring nuts as like a healthy solution too. But the thing about nuts, I realize, is like nuts are super dense in calories. If anybody didn't know. Now, despite the T-mal shit, despite it having most nuts are high in choline, despite all that, fuck T-mal for 1 second. But even if you neglect or forget about the high choline content in peanuts and almonds, etc., nuts are so dense in calories. Like a 4th cup of peanuts is around like 170 to 190 calories. It's crazy. But I wanted to talk about that. But I wanted to talk about the fact that I've been eating broccoli and stuff and beans. I still have kidney beans. I have garbanzo beans and black beans within my cupboard. I can't actually take the camera with me because I'm actually doing this thing within a web camera, doing this recording in a web camera, so I can't take this with me and show you. I mean, I can walk up and get it, but you know what black beans look like. I'm pretty sure most people know what black beans look like. But yeah, I'm starting to, I feel like I'm starting to go back into smelly territory a little bit because I'm being more lax on my diet. Matter of fact, a week or 2 weeks ago, I've been including peanut butter like on my diet. Not even on a diet. It's just like I just want to eat something really fatty and good. I don't know what it is about peanut butter, but just peanut butter in itself is like one of those junk foods for me. Like it's like peanuts are still like healthy, but they're not really healthy. When you think of healthy, like again, you think of like salads or apples or oranges, like I mentioned earlier, but you don't think about fucking eating peanut butter sandwiches and shit. But bruh, another guilty pleasure of mine, which is technically healthy and technically vegan, is a peanut butter and banana sandwich. I just ate that just today. This shit tastes so good. But since I've been counting calories and stuff, I know like 2 pieces of bread, one slice of bread I use is like 130 calories. And then the protein is like 5 calories, which is good. And then like, I think the dietary fiber is 3 grams of fiber. So both of them together is like 260. Plus if I got like 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, that's 190. Plus like a banana costs like 112 calories. So altogether, that's going to be around like somewhere around the 400 to 500 range. And that's crazy. I don't know. Also, since I'm talking about like food and shit, I want to talk about something I read in the comments. I know one in the comments, they said, I'm thinking about getting into protein because I want to build muscle. What do you recommend? Any type of protein? This is the thing. I cannot smell myself at all. I can't smell myself at all. So I don't know if certain protein powders are going to make you smell bad. I actually think the ones that are sugary makes you smell bad, or the ones that have processed sugar make you smell bad. But I was also thinking about getting some protein powdered stuff too, because I'm actually really skinny, at least, well, I'm in normal weight, but I've never been this skinny ever in my life. Like in my teens and my 20s, I was always around the 200 range. Like definitely in my 20s, because I was at home most of the time, I was around 230 or something like that. Maybe at my worst 240, but it was rare if I ever went to 240. It's rare. But like 230 pounds is like my common weight. Now I'm like low 170s or something. And sometimes at my best, I'm like high 160s. But I don't want to be like really, really skinny. I hate having like skinny ass twig arms and shit. I don't want to get bulk. So I bought protein powder, basically. I'm showing off this protein powder, but I'm not really recommending this protein powder because first off, this shit costs around like $30. I found this at Publix. This is like, it was like $28.99 or something. I'm missing. It was $28.99 at Publix. And for one scoop, it's like 120 calories, but it has 20 grams of protein, which is fine. However, there's only like 18 servings in it. So that's not even like 30. That's not even like a whole month. If I took this protein powder, just one scoop every day, that means in 18 days, this is going to run out. And I don't think that's worth $30. And I'm not going to try to use whey protein. Like, you know, like most protein powders Most protein powders use like some form of dairy, like whey. I'm not doing that shit. I'm really gonna stick to vegan stuff, even though I'm still eating like a vegan diet, and there are instances where I feel like I smell bad. There was like just today, I was in some type of not an interview. I was in some type of discussion about planning for a release and how we're going to create a different. We already have this application that's supposed to fix this issue for. It's supposed to be like this like project managing type of application software, right? And there's a competitor that's out there in the market that's recently just made their price significantly lower than our price. So we were planning out, or my boss, let's call my boss named Dale. So Dale I had an idea to actually strip away a lot of features within our application and bring the price down. So we're stripping away the certain features in the price, but at the same time, you have the core features that still make it a good application to do like project managing and something like that. But we're going to call it something light. So it'll be the light version of it, right? And I was listening to the conversation for like an hour, sitting down, but my armpits were sweating, my groin was sweating a little bit, but at the same time, like I wasn't really sweating that heavy, right? So after like an hour or so where they're just explaining and breaking down what I need to do to try to make this lighter version an actual application, I get up from my seat. And when I get up from my seat, like, and leave to exit the door, there's somebody sitting there. There's like already a woman sitting there. She has to do with marketing or something like that, right? And as I was walking out, I noticed that like she reacted, which was like really crazy to me. Like she was like on some shit like, while I was walking, she looked up at me and she was like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck? And that was strange because throughout the whole week, like what I've been eating, it's just apples, orange, carrots. I drink, green veggie smoothies. I stopped eating broccoli, but another thing I'm actually adding within my food is like onion powder and garlic powder and stuff. So maybe that's making me smell. So that means I have to take away seasoning, which sucks ass. Because again, within the beginning of my restrictive eating, all I would put on my vegetables is salt and pepper. Salt and pepper, salt and pepper, salt and pepper. But now, or at least within the last couple of months, I've been adding like what's that, like body of spice? What's that body of spice where it has all spices. It has salt, it has pepper, it has onion powder, garlic powder. I don't know. Should I go out and get it? I think everybody knows the brand Badia. Well, it has all those types of like flavors and seasoning and shit like that. And then I put some onion powder on I put some onion and garlic powder on my like a potato meal. What I basically do is I bake a potato, whether it's a russet potato or a sweet potato, and then I put like a vegetable, like a frozen vegetable, whether it be, well, at this moment now I'm just putting string beans, and then I would add like a small amount of beans. Even though I think beans make me smell, I thought to myself, okay, if I put like a quarter cup of beans, I put like lima beans, I don't think I'm going to smell that bad. But I think maybe it's the seasoning. I don't know. Because I thought that was really, really strange, especially throughout the week. I didn't really see anything except that one time when I actually had to leave. I went into a meeting. We were planning on something. I was sort of sweaty for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm just always nervous around people, so whatever. I get up to leave. And I see, I guess one of the marketing. I think she's like a marketing intern. She looked at me like disturbed and shit, right? And then she's like covered her, like she like brought her nose down or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck was that about? You know what I mean? Now maybe maybe it can mean a couple of things, but I don't want to be. I don't want to assume. I don't want to have an optimistic view about things. I don't want to be optimistic about things. I'm just going to naturally assume that it's because of whatever I'm eating, even though it's like I'm not eating any red meat. You know what I mean? I'm not eating any like candy or sugar or processed shit. I did have like seasoning that might have like some type of garlic or onion powder. I still have some beans within my like meals, but I'm pretty much vegan. I still eat apples, still eat oranges. By the way, going back to this protein powder, it technically has 0 added sugars if you can read it, but this shit is sweet as fuck. Why is it sweet? Because it's using stevia extract, and stevia extract is a sweetener. It's a sweetener, but it doesn't. I don't think it has calories. Like stevia is a plant that I think is naturally sweet. So this is the way you can get sweet things without having all this extra calories. But I don't know. Maybe the stevia is making me smell bad because it's still sweet, but it's not sugar, but it's sweet. I don't really understand. But I also want to say this too. This shit, if you mix this with like a plant, like an almond milk or whatever, and then put a banana in it, this tastes so fucking good. This tastes like dessert or something. It just tastes like, and I'm gonna have vanilla or whatever. I was meaning to buy another protein powder that's less expensive. Let me show that off. Like this pea protein, I was looking at it. I actually purchased it already, but if you look into the nutrition, it's like one scoop is 80 instead of 120, but it has 17 grams of protein. The other one had 20 grams. I don't know. Wanted to share that. I didn't want to go on too long. I just wanted to talk about this shit. What else to talk about? I gotta leave my condo because basically, a long story short, when I got my condo, the coating of the tub, there was damages to the tub. The coating of the tub in terms of like the paint has been stripped, and it has been stripped since I actually got the condo. And we reported on it the day I got the condo, but the person who owns this condo has been dragging their asses for 2 months until today. They actually hired some people to come over and actually finally repaint the tub. And I actually took a look at it, and the paint has finally been painted over properly. So now there's not any tears or damages or splotches. It's a completely fixed tub in terms of like the coating, the paint coating, and it's great. But now the thing is, since you can't smell this, the entire room smells like nail polish. It smells like some type of alcohol within my whole condo, and I can't actually wash my ass. I can't actually take a bath within this condo because I have to wait 2 days for it to dry. So now I gotta leave. I gotta go back to my mother's house and, wash my ass. I find a place to wash my ass, and then I can come back. And then once I come back, then I can, take a bath, whatever. So I gotta leave. I'm planning to leave at like 8 or something like that. So that's in like less than 2 hours. Damn, it's 19 minutes long. Is there anything else I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about this. Let me show this. So, let me turn this off. Let me close this down. I just installed Final Fantasy Online, Final Fantasy 14. If anybody doesn't know what Final Fantasy is, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, right? Final Fantasy is like one of the most popular JRPGs in the world. Like their brand is like one of the most popular JRPGs in the world. And since I've had this gaming computer for the last 2 weeks, I was thinking to myself, damn, I want to play something online where I have really good, since I have a really good graphic or a really good gaming PC that can take the graphics, I want to play something really good. And I thought, oh yeah, Final Fantasy 14 has like some type of free trial that you could play. I'm really thinking about, did I switch? I'm really thinking about possibly doing like some virtual meetup. Within my very early vlogs, I talked about virtual meetups, and I can technically do that now. But I don't know how to use like, I think you're supposed to use some type of software called OBS software, and I don't know how to use OBS at all. So that's interesting. Maybe, I don't know, maybe someday I'll try to learn how to use this OBS thing and do like live virtual meetups and stuff like that. But that's a work in progress. I don't know how long I'll be able to do that, or if I'm going to be able to do that. In any case, this is 20 minutes too long. Gonna end right here. Salute.